What is up, guys? Your boy Mike from Mike's Money Moves again, and here, guys, we are going to be talking about why I decided to move out and if it was the right decision or not. You finally got the balls to obviously put up to your parents. I'm about to move out. I'm gonna do it. I'm serious this time, and I'll explain why you should or why you shouldn't. So guys, you're obviously here because obviously you've seen the title of the video, and it's about talking about moving out and if you should do it now or if you shouldn't do it at all. So guys, I'm going to showing you my experience on why I decided to move out and why it was a good decision or a bad decision or not. So I'm going to explain to you guys a quick little obviously tips and tricks that I've gone through with and my advice on moving out and if you're ready to do so or not. So guys, again guys, if you obviously read, you've seen, you wanted to make a decision, you wanted to move out, you're 18 now, you're 21, you're 25, you're 30, whatever it is, you already decide to move out, you want to make the move, but you're just not sure what you need to do or what you're going to expect in moving out. So there are a lot of videos out there, guys, of this and deciding if you should move out or not and seeing if it's worthwhile or not. Here is my experience on what I think about moving out and how it's been so far. So guys, I've moved out now out of my parents' place. I am 28 years old now. Damn. No, 27. God, I don't even know how old I am anymore. It just feels so long. So I've just moved out of my parents' place probably about 4 months ago. It's been a little while. I have gone through quite a bit of ups and downs depending on moving out. It's a very interesting experience and it's going to be varying from person to person. Everyone's not going to have the same experiences. Everyone's not obviously going to do everything, but it's not going to be perfect for everyone. There are a couple things that you do need to consider before obviously moving out. 1, if you can. 2, if you're physically ready yet. 3, if you're financially ready yet as well. And obviously 4, finding out where you want to go. So the first things first, guys, is deciding if it's the right time to go or not. So let's keep things simple. If you don't have money, if you haven't saved up any money, if you've got no money at all, if you're just there because you absolutely hate your parents because they didn't buy the brand new PS5 during this time and you just want to move out because you hate them and they're assholes for not buying you the PS5, you need to grow up. So before you can even make the move of actually moving out, you need to consider if you can afford to do so, and that's going to determine everything for you. So if you're only a student, you're only working part-time and you're not making enough money to even live, and if you're at your place and you don't pay any board or pay any rent or any sort of bills, then you need to consider you may not be able to move so just yet. So the first thing I'd recommend for you guys to do is start saving up some money. So wherever you can, you're gonna have to start saving up money if you are serious about making this move. This is not something that you can just think about one day and be like, all right, I'm gonna move out, unless you have been thinking about this for a very, very, very long time. So I wanted to move out of home for a very long time, for the last 5, 6, 7 years, depending on your circumstances. Everyone is different, so keep that in mind as well, guys. So if you live in a nice stable family, a nice home, you don't have any problems, you live at home, parents give you money, you save up, you have no issues with your family, you're not traumatized, you're not some sort of condition and something like that, then it's probably not worthwhile you obviously moving out because it sounds like you're in a good place. But if you do want to move out just because you want to experience it and you want to do these things, try it out, then obviously, like I said, you got to be a little bit financially stable to do so. So my first step, guys, in doing anything before you start moving out is saving money. So again, a lot of things do go obviously wrong because a lot of people decide to move out without thinking about what to do and the consequences and being prepared to do so. So the first thing you guys need to do is start saving up some money. The last thing you need to do is worry about extra bills or extra payments or things that you didn't know that you need to do before moving out. So again, if you saw some of my videos, guys, I have worked in real estate, and obviously I've got friends who's obviously moved out as well. A lot of people, what they don't understand is once you move out of your place and you want to start renting somewhere or purchase a new place, you do need to buy certain things and you need to pay a down payment as well. So once you go out and you start renting, you do need to have a secure bond and usually a couple weeks in rent. So usually if you're in Australia or wherever you are, it's usually 4 weeks bond or 3 weeks bond, which usually is the weekly amount times by 3, 4, 5 weeks, whatever it is. And usually sometimes they will ask for 1 to 2 weeks rent in advance. So that way they know that you're serious in obviously renting, and 2, you have the money there in case something falls through. So if you're late in payments, you lose your job, or you can't afford to pay it, they have that there as a safety net to keep you guys paying your rent. So saving money again is going to be huge, guys. So if you want to do that, but you can't be bothered or you don't want to make those sacrifices, you got to start somewhere. So you need to stop obviously going out to drinking Starbucks. You gotta stop eating out every day. You're gonna start doing these things if you want to save up some money so you can go out and do that. So I do recommend starting to save up money first. It's the first thing you need to do to be ready as well. Okay guys, so second thing again guys is knowing where you want to go as well. You've made a decision, you've got the money, you're ready to go and leave and move out of home, but you don't know where you want to go. So finding out location is going to be massive for you. So if you do work somewhere that's a little bit further out from where you live, obviously moving closer to where that is one thing. Second thing is going to be friends and family. If you don't want to move too far away, you want to try and meet in the middle somewhere or lose a little bit further out, depending on what you guys want to do as well. So having obviously where you work is going to be a big impact for you, because travel time, you obviously want to decrease it and have your own place. So you obviously want to be mindful of where you want to go, type of area, how much you can afford is going to be a big one as well, and where you want to live. So if you want to be closer to your friends, guys, move out closer to your friends. If you want to be closer to work, move out closer to work. If work sort of area too expensive, if you work in the city, for example, and you live more out, further out, then obviously you're going to have to move out a little bit further as well. So what I've done personally myself is I was considering to work myself in the city. My parents live about an hour out from the city. I managed to move right in the middle, which is about 40 minutes from them, 30 minutes from the city, give or take. And it's central to everything and all my friends and everything around me as well. So that's what I decided to do. And that's definitely one way to think about it as well. And location is a big thing, depending on what you want to do and your budget as well. So another thing, guys, is what's going to be very important again is if you got to decide if you want to move out on your own or if you want to move in with other people. So you're going to have that option of obviously wanting to move in with other people, share rooms, you know what I mean, and live with other friends, live with randoms, depending on what you guys want to do. Personally, I like to keep to myself. And I'm a very independent type of person who can take care of myself very well. I know how to cook, I know how to clean, so on and so forth. So I decided to move out on my own. So if you want to live in a nicer place but you don't have the funds to do so, what a lot of people do is they'll have other friends who are also interested in doing the same thing. What they'll do is they'll find somewhere quite nice with a decent amount of rent and rooms. Then you guys will split it evenly between each other, and that way you guys can live out your life with your friends. So you can live with your friends and learn more about them, and also pay a lot less with having something a lot nicer as well. So let me give you guys an idea. Say you've got 2 other friends, so that's 3 of you guys in total. You all don't want to spend too much money. You want to live out closer to the city, and it costs roughly about $600 to live in the city versus $400 for one person. So what you guys can do is you and your 2 friends can obviously go out, buy that $600 rental place, split it between you guys. That's $200 each. So instead of paying $400 for one person, you can pay $200 each and do so that way as well. That's probably the best way to do it if you can't afford to do it as well. And obviously you get to live with your friends who are also in a similar spot as you as well. That's also another good way to do so. Alright, so once you've got that down, the location and the prices, obviously what you guys want to pay, the next part, what you guys want to figure out is what is going to be beneficial for you, and what can you expect to move out of home, and obviously find out what you guys want to do as well. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of pros and a couple of cons of moving out and what's good and why it isn't good to move out as well. And obviously this is my experience depending on what you guys think as well, and I'm going to share them with you guys now. So again guys, the pros, I'm going to put a little list over here for you guys just so you guys can see it as well. So obviously the pros is that you're going to be moving closer to where you want. If you want to move closer to friends, move closer to work, move closer to the women you like in your life, or whatever you decide to do, that is a massive benefit. You can do so anytime you guys like. So another pro is that you guys can do whatever you want. It's your place. You can do whatever you want. If you want to smoke inside the house, go for it. If you want to run out naked, go for it. If you want to cook in your undies, go for it. You can do whatever you want. It's your place, and there's no one that's going to stop you from doing what you want to do because it's your house. No one else can say anything as well. You can cook and eat whatever you like. So if you're sick of mum's meatloaf, if you're sick of eating the same food over and over and over again, which you might do because you don't have any more money left and you just can only afford to eat ramen noodles, that's also another thing for you as well. You can eat whatever you like. So it's your food. No one's going to say anything. If you feel like eating pizza 5 days in a row, you can do that. You can do whatever you like. If you want to have beers every day, eat and drink Coke, do whatever you like. The best part is you can have friends over as well. So because it's your place, you can have friends over without the guilt of having anyone tell you to do whatever you like, which is a massive bonus for everyone as well. So you just want to have fun, want your friends over, come over, have fun and chat. you can do so now. You've got no parents behind your back having to worry about, are they gonna break your vase? If things go missing in the house, they have to clean up over you guys because you guys didn't want to clean it for yourself. Now that's on you. Hooray! So that's another benefit for you guys as well. The next one is to be as loud as you want. So depending on where you're going to live, being loud as you want can obviously mean certain different things to certain different people. So when I say as loud as you want, you can talk as much as you want, scream as much as you want, within reason, obviously with the respect for your neighbors as well, because last thing you want to do is get a noise complaint. But you can talk as much as you want and be as loud as you want in your own house without having to close doors, because it's just for you. That's the best part. And I think probably the best one is for everyone, that the main reason why we all want to move out is because of the nagging and because of the complaints. So if you live at home right now, I'm sure you guys have understandings. You're sick of your parents nagging you, sick of them complaining about telling you to do stuff. Why haven't you taken the rubbish out? I need you to cut the grass. I need you to stay home to help me do this. I need you to cook. I need you to, wash the clothes and put up the laundry and things like that. And you know what? The best part is you don't have to hear none of it as well. But what I'm gonna say is though, with all of the stuff that I've gone through as pros, there are a lot of cons that go together with it as well. So guys, we're gonna go through the cons now. So the cons is, the biggest one is going to be paying rent. So if you're living at home with mom and dad now, if you are fortunate enough, you don't pay rent. So guess what? You had all that time to save up money to move out if you decided to move out. If you didn't, you would be in a tighter spot. So you do have to pay rent now, which means some of your money that you get paid weekly, fortnightly, monthly will go to your rent, which means you have to pay money to live somewhere else instead of living at home for free. That's one way to do it. Unless you pay board, then you understand it's very similar as well. So the next one is, guys, is you got to cook for yourself. Guess what? Mom and dad aren't going to be there to have food ready to go for you. Chinese takeouts can only take you on so much until you get sick of it. Same as pizza as well. So you're gonna have to cook for yourself at some point. But if you love ramen, you can have ramen every day if you like. That's up to you. You mix up whatever you like. But you're gonna have to fend for yourself, basically. Try that. Again, with cooking, you gotta clean for yourself. Mom's not doing your laundry anymore. You've got a laundry basket. You can chuck it in there, but guess what? She's not gonna clean it, and hey presto, your clothes is folded and put on your bed already. It doesn't work that way anymore. So once you move out, everything you do is on yourself. So if you're lucky enough, you'll have an internal laundry. If you're not, you'll have a shared laundry. You'll be cleaning up over yourself and washing your own clothes and folding them, and vice versa. If you don't have either or either, you'll have to go out to a laundry place to get everything done that way. Very common, very normal, but you have to learn how to do things yourself. So once you start doing these things, guys, cooking, cleaning, and maintenance and things like that yourself, you realize that it does take quite a bit of time. So all that time you had before when you're at home playing games, watching TV, doing Netflix, doing whatever you like, some of your time is going to be allocated to doing all these things, which is going to take some time. So keep in mind, you're not going to have that much time as well. So another thing, guys, again, with that obviously being said, is that you're not going to have a lot of help with people doing those things. So cooking, cleaning, maintenance, you're going to have to do a majority of it yourself. So you will have obviously people who, if you are living with someone, you can delegate tasks and do so that way. But majority of the times when you are doing your own thing, everything is done by yourself. So sometimes you can't have help. It's going to take more time. If you do have help, it'll take less time. But like for myself, I live by myself. I've got to cook by myself and then clean the dishes. Got to wash my clothes and then hang them up on my own. I've got to vacuum and mop my place all on my own, and that does take a bit of time. So keep in mind, you will use a lot of time cleaning and maintaining your own place. Lastly, but not least, it's probably going to be a big one for me as well, guys, is that by moving out and living out on your own, it can be very lonely. So if you are someone who needs background music, who needs someone to be there just in presence, so that you guys can be together, it is very lonely, guys. So just keep that in mind. So if you're someone who doesn't like being by themselves, can't cook for themselves, can't clean for themselves, isn't very used to obviously being alone, obviously it's going to be a massive one for you, which can cause, personal depression and can cause loneliness because there's no one around you to help you out as well. But obviously it's obviously a great thing as well, guys, because obviously you can go out whenever you like, meet up with friends, work, co-workers, stuff like that, and go out during those times. But once you get home, and if you're at home a lot of the time now, especially during COVID, it is a lot of working from home. It can be very, very lonely sometimes. So So be mindful that you do need to keep yourself busy, which obviously is going to help you not think about being by yourself. So play some music in the background, keep friends over, FaceTime some friends, or have a quick walk around the street, or go to the gym and things like that. That will keep you guys motivated and going. So if you're someone who doesn't like to be lonely and kept on their own, that's going to be a massive one for you as well. So again, guys, this is my couple of tips and advice if you decide to move out, and why I did and why you should or shouldn't. And I hope that really does help, guys. If you have any other questions you guys wanted to ask, make sure to put it in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer anything for you guys with my experience and what I think. And if you're going through a couple of things as well, you need to assess the situation. If you guys are at a point where you're wanting to move out and you can't handle it, be prepared, because it's not going to be as easy as 1, 2, 3, you're out and then everything's all smooth and clean. You need to prepare. It took me 6 months to move out. 6 months. So obviously that came to moving out, prepping, location, where I wanted to go, finances, to make sure that it was the right place and the right time to move. And obviously sometimes people can jump in and get other places before you do, and sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes. So keep looking, make sure you're right, make sure you're ready to go, and once you've had that decision to go, make sure to stay firm in the decision, because the last thing you want to do is move out and regret it. So make sure to keep those things in mind, because it's an experience, and it's definitely one that you hold forever, cherished experience you can have in your life. So guys, my name is Mike from Mike's Money Moves. I hope that helped you guys. I hope you guys make the right decision, and I hope that helped you guys as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one.